I do think that like I'm trying really hard to reclaim this house and like make this house happy again, and I don't really think it's working that much. I mean, I do like being in the piano room because some happy memories happened there, and like, I used to play piano when it was Christmas, and I like being in that room. Beyond that, I don't really like being home. It's hard to think about him and talk about him because I really miss him, and when I start to miss him, I think I remember a false version of him that isn't always the real version of him. I guess when I miss him, I'm not sure if I'm missing something that really happened or ever really was there. I kind of have this invisible world where I like create characters for myself based on real life people. One time I was thinking about Romulus and Remus and how they were raised by wolves, and I started to think of myself as being raised by a wolf. And I also kind of was tying in the fact that Little Red Riding Hood is like this innocent little girl whose grandmother was a wolf that was pretending to be a family member. Sometimes I like think about Dad as like a wolf that pretends to be a human. When he gets really loud and angry, it seems like he has fangs and he's snarling.
I don't give a shit. Now what? No, I want you to go sit down.
I can't erase the fact that I was raised by a really violent person. He should have been a real dad, but he was violent and he hurt all of us. I wanted him to be like soft and fuzzy. He ended up biting me and like mauling Mom and then running away. I like to think of myself as part human, part wolf. I like to think that I have a fierceness to defend myself that he gave me from being so savage. And that's in me, and that's a strength. When I was laying in that hammock in the depths of summer, I guess, I used to like hear the cicadas get really, really loud. And cicadas are like really, ugly creatures that are like not really that pleasant to look at. They're huge. And they make this buzzing noise that just kind of starts quietly and then gets really, really, really loud and like surrounds you, and it can be really overwhelming in the summer. Cicadas shed their skin, and they kind of have this tough outer shell. When a cicada sheds its skin, it leaves behind a part of its body, and their skin clings on to whatever it was last holding on to. I've kind of come to think of myself as having lots of cicada skins because cicada skins are like ghosts. Whenever I come back to this house, I can see the ghosts of who I used to be. And I can see ghosts of what used to happen in my family. A really big one is in that rocking chair that we filmed upstairs because my dad used to comb my hair in that chair, and like it hurt me a lot. When I'm in the kitchen, I think about, my mom crouching down. When I look places, I can see the former versions of myself still sitting there. I see my whole life that way.
Yeah.
I will look back at every place I've ever been and find myself, and I can't escape it. And sometimes I'm happy to see those old versions of myself, and sometimes I'm not. There's no other way to move except forward. Like, we can't go back in time. We can't fix it by time traveling back. I am feeling like I'm getting to the bottom of something. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this documentary, and like I don't know if I'll ever reach a conclusion about how I feel about my dad. This place where everything is hard and shitty is like where I need to be. I don't know how it's gonna start or end, but like, yeah, it's going the hard way, but the right way, I think. So yeah.